Hello, friends. I am Marilynne Parker, the financial growth advocate for those aged 65 and above, empowering retired teachers and others to thrive in this digital age. Welcome. Welcome to my live chat. And today I'd like to ask you, I'm from Baltimore, but I live now in California. I've lived here for over 40 years. So I may as well say I'm a Californian. I live in Southern California. And I would like for you to use the comment section and tell me where you're from and your name. So welcome again. And I'd like to tell you the things that I am going to cover today. So I already told you that I am going to uh, be doing that. So tonight I'll share my story with you, and I'll introduce the Freedom Formula Blueprint that I discovered. And I'll give you a chance to ask some questions. So this live shouldn't take very long, but we shall see. So first of all, let me tell you about myself and how I found peace in retirement with a 2-hour workday system. When I retired in 2011. And when I retired, I was so excited. Oh, yes, I'm going to go and do multi-level marketing because I knew so much about multi-level marketing. And I just felt I wasn't successful when I was teaching because I had had a lot of other things on my mind to do and all of that. And I just didn't have the time to spend in multi-level marketing that I really needed. So when I retired, I said, okay, I'm going to go out here and work on this multi-level marketing and all of that. But I found that it was taking even more time than I was giving it the time. But I just felt, wait a minute, I'm retired. What am I doing? So I said, oh, this is taking too much of my time, and I'd have to do all of these things to earn some percentages from the company I was working with. So I said, oh, maybe no. So then I decided, okay, I'll just go back to the district where I was working and I'll just do some part time because I really wanted to have funds to do this, that, and the other. Earlier in retirement, my husband already told me that we were not going to refinance our house a second time because we're grown, we're not grown, but we're retired and we didn't have the wherewithal, the funds to make payments like we did before. So I said, oh my, what am I going to do? I have to figure out something. And in the meantime, we lost a son. We have four sons, and I lost one it wasn't due to COVID, but it was right at the end of COVID. But he came down with pancreatitis, and so he was in the hospital, and lo and behold, he had a clot just like that, and just took him away so quickly. He was gone, and he lived here with us, and his brothers. I have four sons. His brothers live in different places in the world, in Japan and Korea and Florida here in the United States. So it was like, oh no, we were very close to him and he had done so many things for the family and with the family and had his entrepreneur things going and or getting ready to really take off and all of that. So we wanted to do something in memory. You know, when you lose a loved one, you're ready to do anything you can to just hold them close and remember them. So we needed a memory for him. And so as we thought about it, we just kept looking and all. It took us 3 whole years to find something. And what happened was through the multi-level marketing, there was someone who sent an email, and he sent an email about the Freedom Formula Blueprint. And I said, So I read it and looked at it and all of that and listened to a lot of people giving their testimonials and all of that. And I said, oh my goodness, this is great. Our son would have loved this. He loved helping people. And that's what his business was going to be, about helping startups do what they needed to do. And he was going to financially help them through startup programs that he was going to have and all that. And so I said, oh my goodness, he would love this. It's helping people. And that's what I've always done through education. I've always helped people. So I can do this. And then talked about things not being you didn't have to be a tech savvy person to get it done. So I said, okay, this sounds fantastic. It's a life-changing opportunity. I'm going to jump in. And so here I am today. I'm a financial growth advocate for those like me, retired and all of that. So I said, okay, retired teachers and others age 65 and above. I, I've said I'm going to help these people and all. So I said, well, I needed a what do you call it, a platform and all of that. And they have a done for you system. It's you don't have to do anything but put and plug in and be guided and follow step by step. So I said, oh my goodness, this sounds marvelous. And so here I am doing this. I mean, like there's, and so let me just say that that's what we did. So we have a legacy for our son, through our son, in the name of our son, for the family and for the grandkids that we are expecting. So here I am working on that legacy. And lo and behold, they have a program called In This Freedom Formula, the Legacy Builders Blueprint. So that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm working on. And all it has a four, there are four in the whole program. In all, there are four levels. And so the level that I am in is the Legacy Builders, which is the top and the most popular level. And it has a full step by step blueprint, as I said, 2 hour workday, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that. It has a funnel that's pre-built and it works for you 24/7. So even while you're sleeping, the funnel is just working and working and working and all, but you have to put your things in and there's no tech involvement. But if you need some help with that, they even have that in this digital growth community, which it's called, and it encompasses so many things and it's worldwide. So there's so many things I could say to you about it, but today I'm only going to talk to you about the 2 hour workday. Okay, and the 2 hour workday is just a little bit of things that I needed to let you know about, and I have it here on my little board, but I don't know if you'll be able to see all of my board. So what I want to do is take things off. So one thing in the 2 hour workday, you have three things to do. The first thing, and you can write this down if you want to, because it's broken down. The 2 hour workday is broken down into three distinct sections, and so you're on a schedule, and it's like I think of it as narrow, wide, narrow. That's how I think of it. So the first narrow part is you would be posting free ads. So we have material that you can use to find out what the companies are that are free. We have that we can give to you. And then you put, and maybe I'll do one about posting the ads. That would be a nice live to do. So you do first you do the free ads, and you only take 30 minutes. That's it. You're done. Then you take a whole hour, small 30, big one, that's an hour. The next section that you do takes one whole hour. And in that 1 hour of time, you will be making three videos. And your three videos will be you. And they're only small. They're small, like maybe 30-second videos or no more than 1 minute, or maybe 5 to 7 seconds of something really quickly. And you're trained to know how to do that too. And you're trained to know which you would be able to choose which platform you would want to be on, YouTube or Facebook or LinkedIn or whatever. They're all out there. Most people love TikTok, so TikTok is there too. Anyway, you're going to make three videos in that 1 hour time. So you plan it, you create it, you video yourself and all that, and you post it. And that's three in one whole hour. So you spend an hour saying, boom, got that one, boom, got that one, boom, got that, and you're done. And then you have that narrow one again. So it's narrow, wide, narrow. And in the last one, you would be checking your inbox, responding to comments or emails or something like that someone sends you. The best part about this business is they send it to you. This is an attraction marketing situation that we're talking about. So you don't have to call your family and friends to do anything. No, you don't have to tell them about this at all because it's all digital. That's the good part about it. It's all digital. So that's the 2 hour workday. In 2 hours, you have 30 minutes, 1 hour, 30 minutes. You're done your 2 hours. Now, I can tell you when I first started, and this month marks my first year, and I didn't get going right away. I was so tech savvy that my children had to say, "Well, Mom, you need to you need to have a place to advertise what they're giving you, all of your information. You have your website, yes. You have the way you're going to put out your emails and all that, yes. But to whom? Wait, what platform are you going to use? Are you going to use Facebook? Are you going to use YouTube? Are you going to use Instagram? What are you going to use?" And I said, "Huh, yeah, it's got to come to me some kind of way, doesn't it?" I was saying, well, what am I waiting for? So I said, now, and like over this year, I have learned how things go along. And I tell you, once you get your emails coming in and all of that, they go into a funnel. I love making those little kitchen funnels that look, and it shows you how the emails go inside the funnel. And when they come through, someone has purchased something. They have purchased something, maybe the platform like I have, like the legacy builders. But we have more than just the legacy builders. There are three others, and maybe I should talk about that in my next live. But this is the live where I'm sharing with you the 2 hour workday. So I've told you about myself, and I've told you about the 2 hour workday. The third thing that I need to share with you is it's I said we were going to do some questions and answers. So we're going to be using our chat and have some questions. And since I'm a senior, I need to go a little slower and all of that. So the little things will be coming in, hopefully at a pace that I can work with and all of that. So my first question that I'd like for you to think about is, well, before I give you some, let me tell you about me just a little bit more, because if I tell you a little bit more about myself and what happened with me, about my retirement struggles and all of that, and what came up for me, maybe that'll help you when I ask the questions. Um, when I retired, before I retired, I had medical issues, but I was working full time, and the medical issues were taken care of because I was on the job, and the job coverage is different from when you retire. And I was okay until I turned 65. I retired a little before 65. So when I turned 65, all of that Medicare and all that got kicked in. And so with Medicare, then I learned my copay. I learned, like, I was on PPO at first, and all of a sudden I was put on HMO. I did not like HMO, but I was on HMO for a long time, and I didn't really like being on HMO, and so I did do something about that as later on. But I was on HMO, and I had doctors that referred me here and referred me there. So that's one thing. I had Medicare issues that I had to think about and wonder about and learn about. So that then I had home repairs. I think I told you about that a little earlier. And with home repairs, we renovated our home way back in 1989, 1990. And so here it is, 2025. So, things have changed. Our kids have grown up and moved out, but they come back home, to visit and spend a week, and they still have their rooms because we didn't have any need to change the rooms. So they still have their rooms and all that. So they've left things and all that. So it's time to move things out and change things around. Now one is married, so he'll be coming back with his family, his new wife, and then she's bringing her mom, and it's like, oh, we have things that we need to fix or do or whatever. And with all of that happening, my husband is saying, oh no, we're not going to refinance. We need to find a new way. And so that's what's been happening. So that's an issue. That's a financial issue with renovations and fixing you don't think about. And then we wanted to travel. We are retired. We wanted to be able to go somewhere and do something. So that was an issue too. So we had all of these little things going on. And then, of course, I wanted to play. When I was growing up, I learned how to play the piano. I had lessons and all of that. So I played music, and all the way when I was just young, I would play and all, and learn how to play hymns at church and play for a congregation when the organist wasn't there. I did all those things. So here I am now with a piano in my home, and I play the same old songs because I have never learned any new ones. So that's another thing that I wanted to do too. I wanted to get piano lessons again when I retired. And that's what I was planning on doing, but I haven't done it yet because I need money for this or that and not for lessons. And so I make choices like that. So, with all of these things, I have a question for you. What would peace of mind look like for you right now? That's one question. And you can write them down, or I can type them in. Maybe I'll type them in as we go along, or maybe I'll think of a way to do it. Number two, have you ever looked into online income but felt overwhelmed? Is trying to find things online, and it costs more to create something. It costs a lot of money to just do those kinds of things. What would, because I didn't tell you about this part because we were talking about the 2 hour workday, but with each step, like each, we call them, oh my goodness, we have four ways that we can earn because we have four systems, and also we have four, and I'm still learning language. I'm not really good with the things, but like in mine, what I've done with the legacy builders is to, whenever I sell to a customer, the customer pays $900 if they want the legacy builders. If the customer says, well, not quite, I'm not quite ready, there's a step down from that, and it's $600. And then there's a step down from that, which is $300. And there's a step down from that, which is $100. So that's what I have. And so it becomes overwhelming. But if you have this Legacy Builders blueprint, or the Freedom Formula blueprint, let me tell you, one one customer could earn you $900 a day, or $900 a week. Or what if you made two sales for 900? Each customer is a sale, and when you purchase, you earn the rights to sell it again. It's resale rights. You earn that. Or when as soon as you buy this program, you earn it. If you buy it for $600, you earn that you can get in your home. So if someone buys, just think, if everyone says, hey, I want the popular one, I want the top one. So if you want the top one, guess what? If you think about this, 5 people buying the top one, 5 times $900 is $4,500. What if that person did it in a whole week? What would that do? What would that mean to you to have that kind of thing coming in over and over again? So, another thing I worried about was being like a burden as I got older. And my kids are everywhere, they're not here. When we lost the one son, they all had to come home, and then they were worried about, oh, he was here with mom and dad. We need to look out for mom and dad. And here, mom and dad are still strong and able and all of that. But time is going to go by. And I know that one thing I did worry about was what happens to me later on. I'd like to go into a retirement home later on and still feel free and not be a burden. Well, that costs money too. So I had all of these things thinking. I was worried about that, and I don't want to be a financial burden. So, what's one thing that you do more of with more income? Wow, that's a deep one. Can you think of something you would do more of with more income? And you can just put your answers down and let me know how you're doing it and all of that. So, today we talked about the 2 hour workday. This was have 100% profit. You don't have to break down that 900 or anything to give to anyone. It's 100 profit. It's all yours. That's another wonderful thing. We talked about it not being any kind of tech overwhelm, which is wonderful. We talked about that 2 hour workday, and we I can offer you, what I can do is offer you like a checklist or something that I can say. So if you say yes, I'm saying, if you say yes to this, please let me know by putting ready in the comments, and I'd be glad to share this with you. And thank you, thank you, thank you for being here today. I would be glad to share the blueprint with you. Okay? So thank you for coming, and I hope to see you the next time. God bless.